I think the older you get, the more observant you are of the changes that are not happening. Our sport is not evolving in a direction where it should be on a whole nother level visually, creatively and innovatively. I mean, I would think by now we would see some some guys in the early 2000s, I think Melvin and King Kamali and Darren Charles, they were actually trying to get some things done.
I agree.
Sergio Oliva Jr. just won the Arnold Classic Best Poser Award, $10,000. But when I was watching it before they presented him with it, first of all, I didn't have a best poser. You have to have somebody. I'm like, wow, I just saw 12, 13 routines, and I don't remember any of them. Right. But when he was posing, he was very rushed. And when I went back and watched it on the web, it was unpolished, and a lot of the poses weren't executed. They were stopped midway through, and he was positioned wrong. But then I thought, well, he's the best of what was there, and it wouldn't have passed the sniff test in the 80s or even the 90s by comparison.
Right. Yep.
So he got $10,000 for it, though.
Wow.
Same thing with the Olympia too last year, Shawn. I was there at the Olympia, and I know you were doing the commentating. And man, I didn't see one memorable.
Thank God they didn't have a Best Poser award, because I would have no clue who to give that to. And I haven't missed the Olympia since '88. I like to brag about that. But in going, like, somewhere along the way, I stopped forgetting about who did what, because the Olympia is not even a year old, and I can't remember a song, and I can't remember a routine, and I was there glued in for 2 days straight.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
And part of the problem is there's so much. Part of it is certainly that you're right, that the effort isn't being made to really being memorable and moving the audience. Because if you were memorable and you move the audience, you'd be remembered for it.
Yeah.
But there's also so much. It's so spread out. There's so many different divisions, and it's hard to keep track. It's like how.
But you got to remember. But even with all of that window dressing, I'm still a bodybuilder, so I'm studying the bodybuilding. I'm there for the bodybuilding. Classic physique has my attention a lot more.
Yeah. Because
those guys realize the importance of a posing routine, and I think they believe that a posing routine can make it or break it.
Yeah.
Guys like Breon and Chris Bumstead, the classic physique was designed for that. And even though they're getting peanuts by comparison, I think in the future it could be the one that people start paying attention, because they are giving the fans something back. Like, they're trying to give something back to us. And if the eyeballs start to shift from the bodybuilders to the classic physique, the bodybuilders are going to have to take note, because we're going to have to start rewarding the classic physique financially for their efforts.
Yeah.
Well, what amazes me, Shawn, and I can't believe no one else has thought of this, all these other competitors, we're in an age of social media, and things are being shared on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. No one can come up with a killer routine and realize the impact that's going to have. I mean, imagine how many times that's going to be shared all over the world.
Oh, the viral effect of a routine. It's like, you got to see this routine.
Why wouldn't you put the effort into creating a killer routine with killer music, motivational, and realize the impact that's going to have? I mean, it's unbelievable. Bodybuilding Heroes and Legends Volume 1 by John Hansen is the book that celebrates the golden age of bodybuilding. This was the era in which legends such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sergio Oliva, Frank Zane, Robbie Robinson, Cal Skalak, and Mike Menser battled it out on stage for the biggest titles in bodybuilding. Read about some of the most exciting competitions that took place in the 1970s, including the Oliva-Schwarzenegger battles, Zane's first Olympia victory, and Skalak's controversial Mr. Olympia appearance, and much more. Filled with inspiring images of some of the greatest bodybuilders in the history of the sport, Bodybuilding Heroes and Legends Volume 1 is now available on Amazon.com, or email John directly at naturalolympia@gmail.com.